Hi, welcome to another lesson of the Excel for Absolute Beginners course. In this lesson, we are taking a look at how to enter data in Excel, and some of the things that we'll be talking about are insertion points, formula bar, tab key, enter key, alt plus enter keys. So this will make sense soon. Let's quickly jump onto Excel. Then start with a new blank workbook, and how do we enter data in Excel? So as you can see right now, at any point in time, there is a cell. If you click within it, there is a cell that is highlighted, and you have this green highlight around it. Okay, so this, anytime you need to do anything, you have to choose Excel. And what I've explained is that a cell is where a column meets a row, so any of these. And when you select a particular one of them, the name is captured up here, or the identity of the cell is captured up here. So we have A1 selected right now. And if you need to input any data in it, say name, just go ahead and type it in there. And we mentioned the formula bar, and the moment you start typing, you see that it appears right in the formula bar too. So aside typing it in here, let's say place of birth, you can equally continue from here and type birth, and it will also show up within the cell that you selected. So once you select any cell, you can type in it or type within the formula bar. But if you are in here, after clicking in here, you can see the cursor is blinking. So that is what is called an insertion point, and basically it tells you exactly where your new text that you are going to add will be placed. Okay, so if I double click on any of them, you see where the insertion point is, then I'll be able to type in here. Then after typing, how do I move out? So assuming I was going to type a name, so say Ehonia Obed, and I'm done with it, I need to go to the next cell to type something. How do I get out of this cell, because it's still in here? So there are a number of ways to do that. If you want, you can just click on a different cell, and automatically you have deselected the one that was initially selected. So initially it was this that was selected. Then once you are done, you click on the next cell. That is, with your mouse you are able to click on the next cell that you want to use. Then another way to go about it, let's say after typing Obed, and you want to go to the next cell in the next column. So let's pay attention here. The essence of the first two lessons that we did was for you to familiarize yourself with the terms, so that when we begin using them, you understand them. So hopefully you've watched those lessons and you understand what I mean. The next cell in the next column. So this is the next column. Currently we are in column E, and the next column is column F. So if I want to jump from here to here, assuming this column is picking, let's say, name, and this column is picking country. Let me delete these two for now and stretch this a bit. Say I'm going to type my name, Aronia Obed, and after typing my name, I need to move here. So I've shown you the first way. I can easily click on it with my mouse. But if I don't want to use my mouse, the next thing I can do is to use the tab key. So click on the tab key, and it moves to the next cell on the next column. So the next cell to the next column. Okay, and if you want to go to the next column again, press tab. So tab goes to the next column, just one column at a time. Okay, let's come back and say Frank Ehonia. What if now I want to list the names? Instead of going to add the country, I want to list the name. So this time around I don't want to go to the next column, but rather I want to go to the next row in the same column. So this row, this currently is row 2, that's Ehonia Obed, Frank Ehonia is on row 3. So I want to escape this and go to row 4. To do that, use the enter key. So let me repeat those two things. You use the tab key to go to the next column, okay, or the cell on the next column. But if you want the cell beneath that same column, then you use the enter key to go to the cell beneath that same column. Another thing is that let's assume we were supposed to write a longer text. Let's say, hi, my name is Dr. Ehonia Obed. You know, it is going beyond the cell. Alright, it's still within that cell, okay, because when you click on it, you see the full thing in your formula bar, so it's still within that cell, but as you can see visually, it's going beyond the cell and it appears as if it is in this next cell, but it is not, because when you click within this cell, you don't see anything in here, but when you click within this cell, you see everything there. What if I want this to go to a separate line? So have two lines within that same cell. Currently we are working in cell E9 and I want this to go to multiple lines within that same cell. I don't want it to go past the column size. Okay, how do I do that? If I make the mistake of clicking enter, it will deselect the current cell and think that I want the next cell below it, as in the next cell in that same column, if I click on enter. So that is not the right thing to do. So the right thing to do is to hold your Alt key before clicking enter, and once you hold Alt key and click enter, it creates another line within that same cell. So this time around, it didn't jump to the next cell, it rather created a line. So if you want to create multiple lines within that same cell, you use the Alt and enter key. The next thing, if after typing I'm okay with it, and instead of using the mouse to go and select a different one or using tab or enter, the other thing I can do, if I'm not interested in moving to a specific column or cell right now, is to use this accept button here or enter button here. So let's try that again. Ehonia Obed. If I have typed Ehonia Obed here and I need to escape this cell, but I'm not interested in going to the next cell or the one below, hence I'm not going to use enter, I'm not going to use tab key, I'm not going to use a combination of Alt and enter key. The other way I can go about it is to use this, which is also termed as an enter key. So it's an enter symbol, but the difference is that when you use this one, it deselects the cell but doesn't move out of it. So if I type something, you see the insertion point is still in here. If I click here, the insertion point goes away. Okay, so one last thing. For the enter key, there is another one that we can use. So let's assume after typing my name, I don't want to use the enter key. There is this accept that you can use. So you can use this icon to say, okay, I'm okay with what I've typed, so I like it. Or cancel, I don't like this. Okay, so it reverts backwards to what was there initially. But if you are okay with what you have typed, then click this and you are good to go. So these are the ways that you can enter data into Excel, and hopefully as we proceed and use them often, you become familiar with them. I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far, and I'll see you in the next lesson.